Okay, so if you're the type that has a hard time scheduling things, or gets home after work or school, or feels like you're not getting much done and there's a lot of chaos, but you got a lot of free time, and you just know that even with all the friends that you hang out with, you know that you can get a lot more done and feel more satisfied. This video is for you. Like you, I used to feel all kinds of chaos coming home from work. I used to feel like I wanted to get a lot done and that I could get a lot more done, except I really wasn't hitting my target. And I would constantly worry if what I was doing in the moment was really what I should be doing at that time. So in this video, I want to show you a trick on what I did to get rid of all those worries. I realized that every worry that I have, even when it comes to social worries or getting things done, all of my worries can get scheduled away. This is something that I discovered very recently, like within the last few weeks or a month. So it's not perfect, but it shined a huge light into what I've been doing wrong. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. So today I'm going to share with you what I do to schedule, top scheduling mistakes, and what you can do to get twice as much done, feel more balanced, and have more free time to yourself. Check it out. If you want to get more done, number one rule is that you have to get it scheduled. Research has shown that those who write down when and where they take specific actions, they are 2 to 3 times more likely to succeed. 2 to 3 times more likely to get things done and to where they want to reach. That's crazy. That's what I want to do, and I'm sure that's what you want to do as well. So there was a time in my life recently where I discovered that there was a lot that I wanted to do and a lot of goals that I wanted to reach. And the only way that I can reach those goals is if I consciously schedule my time, block it out, and only focus on those things. But we're all human, and if you're new to scheduling, if this is your first time attempting it, here are a few tips that I need to let you know, because it's not easy at first. Scheduling mistake number 1, not knowing your limits. I know that when I started scheduling, and when you start scheduling, you're going to make the same mistake. At the beginning of the week, probably on Sunday night, you're going to schedule out your next 1 or 2 weeks. You're going to get super excited, and you're going to want to take so many things at once and be super productive. So what happens? You get off from work, and let's say you start off your night at 6 o'clock, right? You're gonna think to yourself, okay, from 6 to 7 I'm gonna eat dinner, and then at 7 I'm gonna do this for an hour. At 8 o'clock I'm gonna start my side business thing, and then at 9 I'm gonna read books for an hour, and right at 10 I'm going to do another task and fall asleep at 11. This is what I did the first time, and I'm telling you, it's not going to work. You need white spaces between all those moments. You kind of have to know exactly how long things take you before you schedule it. So my first tip in following that is kind of think how long it will really take. What's the max amount of time that you will take in doing something? So let's say you get home at 6, right? You might want to relax a little bit. Do you have dinner prepared for you already because you prepped it? Good. So you can, go ahead and eat your dinner for 30 to 45 minutes and chill for 15 minutes. If not, you might want to go out and buy your meal, which will add on another 15 to 20 minutes depending on how far the food is. But when you're done eating, I highly suggest taking a 10 to 15 minute break to just ease in to your activities for the night. Whatever hobby it is or whatever it is that you need to do. When you're done, maybe it's 7:30, so at that point you want to go out and start running or doing your workout, whatever it is, for an hour to an hour and a half. Go ahead and take your time getting your full workout, get it done, and by the time you're done it'll be roughly 8:30 or 9, right? So you're gonna come home, hit the shower, and just chill. Take like 30 minutes doing this whole ritual, and by the time it's 9:30, that's the time when you can do whatever it is that you want, whatever side gig that you want or hobby it is. Whether it's DJing or doing graphic design. I don't care what it is that you do with your time, just make sure it's intentional, it is what you want to do, and that you leave white spaces. Then as you get better and better at it, you'll know how to fill those white spaces. Number 2, and this is brief but crucial, is to write down exactly where you're going to do your activity. Because you can write down when, but if you don't write down where, you might end up struggling on deciding where to go to. You might want to do it at the coffee shop, or you might want to do it at home, and that alone is going to turn you off from getting things done. So make sure in your calendar to write down the activity and write home or a coffee shop next to it. My third tip, let's say you're scheduling, right? And in your schedule, you have workout, an hour and a half, break, and then an hour and a half side gig. A mistake that people make is being too general with their time. You want to be a little more specific about what you'll do in that hour. So let's say you're working out, right? So for that 1 hour of workout, what is it? Do you know that you're going to spend the whole hour doing back and bi or tris and chest? Know specifically what your workout is and what your routine you're going to go through so you actually go through it for that 1 hour. Let's say that your side gig is graphic design. So what are you going to do for that hour and a half? Are you going to spend the first 30 minutes designing on the product that you want and the last hour watching tutorials? Or are you going to spend the full hour and a half working on your project? Map out specifically what it is to do beforehand before you actually do it. Doing so removes all worries and helps you realize that what you're doing at that moment is what you should be doing. All doubt is erased. Finally, the last tip that I want to give out is something that I like to call freestyle time. So this is time that goes in between your white spaces or 30 minutes that you intentionally put into your schedule where it's freestyle. And this is the time where you get to do those little tasks that you've wanted to do or that you've been putting off. Simple things like cutting your nails, folding your clothes, tidying up your room, or getting a haircut. I recommend you go ahead and get a checklist. An app that I love to use is Any.do. So you want to go on there and just write down all the tasks that you want to do, list it out, either by today or whenever. Just little tasks that you put in there that take 10 to 15 minutes. Go through them, and at night you can just get them done. One last thing I want to mention is that I personally love scheduling. I'm the type of guy who doesn't like party too much, and I hate it when my friends hit me up last minute to hang out. I actually like when my friends tell me a few days ahead of time. I like to plan things out and be excited for things ahead of time, right? So this is why I love scheduling. I love scheduling because it gives me the permission to hang out with friends for just 6 to 10 hours on weekends and use the rest of my week to be productive. And what I love most about scheduling is that when I schedule it down and write it and commit to it and know that I actually have the time and energy to pull it off, not only do I not feel tired doing the activities that I want to do, I end up feeling excited for all the things that I get to do. I schedule a time and I get to read a book. I get to listen to the Minimalist podcast. I get to spend time watching Matt Diavella or the Nerd Writer on YouTube. I get to sit down and plan my YouTube videos. Everything suddenly becomes more exciting when you schedule it rather than you dragging your feet not knowing what to do. The other thing I love about scheduling are all the little tasks that I talked about. Those annoying stupid things like ironing your shirts, getting your clothes folded, flossing, all that gets scheduled out as well. And lastly, the adulting stuff. Things such as taking care of taxes, which is coming up. Things such as taking your car in for maintenance or maintaining the house or apartment that you live in. This all gets taken care of on Sunday while you have time to hang out with your friends and family. All I'm saying is scheduling is a way to enjoy and be excited for the things that you love doing and get rid of or take care of the things that you don't like doing. Those are all the tips that I have for you today on scheduling. As I explore the topic, I hope to teach you more about it. If you have some friends that you know can use some help in this area, please go ahead and send this video their way. If you like it, go ahead and like it. Leave a comment on what are your tips and strategies on scheduling time, or what are your roadblocks in scheduling time. I'm interested to know. Thanks again for watching. Stay productive and stay happy. Bye-bye.